Hey folks, let's learn something new about the oil and gas industry. Today we're going to learn what does it take to become a top oil and gas speaker. Now, if you're in the speaking world, especially if you're in oil and gas, there's only a handful of us out there that are doing it. So it's relatively easy to be one of the best. And the best, of course, gets all the attention, gets the best gigs, all that sort of stuff. But there's more to it. If you're in sales, learning how to do public speaking well is actually beneficial to your career. I mean, think about it. When you give a presentation, you are being a public speaker. If you're a top salesperson, you're going to win awards. And why would you not want to win awards? And why would you not want to be a top salesperson? And winning those awards, you have to give a congratulations or a thank you speech. So learning how to speak can intersect your career in a bunch of ways. Plus, it's actually fun. But in oil and gas, I see a lot of mistakes being made over and over and over again. So we'll go through 8 things that we think helps you become the top oil and gas speaker. Number 1, know your audience. Every audience is different. Understand from the people that are inviting you to speak, who's going to be in the auditorium? What do they want to accomplish? What message would they like to be? Is this a younger audience? Is this an older audience? Is this an audience more concerned about new technologies? Is this an audience more concerned about policy and procedure? Know your audience is the very first place to start. Then, get in the groove. And I don't mean some song from the late 90s. I literally mean you got to be in your Zen moment. You got to know your material, not have it memorized. It has to be part of you, right? You have to be relaxed. It's okay to be nervous. We're all nervous when we get up there, but outwardly you need to be relaxed. You have to be in that zone, the same place that athletes get. So get in your groove. The way I do it is I literally take 5 minutes before I walk on stage and I cut everything off. No electronics, no watch, nothing. I don't talk to anybody, and I just sit there and I'm in the moment. So get in the groove. Number 3, no matter what you do, your first minute and your last minute are the most important. For me, I typically, the first minute, crack a joke, usually an oil and gas joke, to get the audience to lighten up and laugh together. When you have that shared event, such as laughing together, everybody kind of bonds a little bit. And then the last minute is what everybody's going to remember. So your first and last minute are crucial. Then, body language. If you notice me on this video, I'm not moving my body. I'm moving my hands, I'm moving my head. I do a lot of the same stuff on stage. I'm a pacer, so I try to limit the amount I'm walking back and forth. I try to make sure I'm always facing the audience, right? And I try to make sure I make eye contact with a bunch of people in the audience, not just the people in the front row, but the people in the back row. So body language. And then here's one I do a lot of that people appreciate because it makes a point. Use silence. Use silence to make a point. I can do it right now. So one of the most important things you can do is use silence. See how it made you stop and anticipate what I was going to say next? Then number 6, don't recite from memory. Those are the worst speakers. And those of y'all that are out there that are doing it, just chill. You don't need to have everything memorized. What you really want to do is tell a story. When I present, I have a handful of slides. There's no text on any of them. It's just pictures because it goes along with the story. I'm telling a story. Everybody loves a story. So tell a story, not recite from memory. Then throw in some real humor. Don't go scour the internet for some jokes. Think about funny stuff that's happened in your life. Every joke that I tell when I'm speaking is something that came from my real life. Don't be afraid to put yourself down or put yourself in an awkward situation. The audience appreciates that because you come across as more real. So use real humor to become a top oil and gas speaker. Then, this is one that I do, and I'm not even sure where I picked this up from. I'm sure I got it from somewhere, but I don't see anybody else doing it in oil and gas. Make your last slide valuable. So in my case, my last slide, I have my Twitter handle, I have my email address, I have a link to our oil and gas monthly newsletter, and have a link to all the podcasts. And when I get to my last slide, instead of talking about me and what I can do for you and all that stuff, which is a complete, I'm not gonna say waste of your time, but it doesn't make you one of the top speakers. If you wanna be a top speaker, you gotta walk away leaving the audience something valuable. So in my case, I put that slide up with the podcast, the link to the oil and gas events newsletter, my Twitter handle, and I tell people to pull their phones out and take a picture of it. Now, after I leave, they can go sign up for the newsletter for free, which is valuable to them. If they want to listen to podcasts, they can do that. Have it all in one place. So always give some value on your last slide. All right, very quickly, we went through 8 things to become a top oil and gas speaker. There's plenty more out there. I'd love to hear your comments on what you think it takes to become a top oil and gas speaker. And even if it's not in oil and gas, if you've seen other speakers present that you really appreciated and they did something unique, put it in the comments below. Speaking of that, can you do me a favor? Just share this. Just click on the social buttons or send an email link out to people that might appreciate this. If you help us spread the word, we get more and more exposure out there for what we're doing, which then this helps all of us. So, folks, I hope this helped. We will see you next time.